Very good morning, students. Today we are going to see the topic underground cables and its types. So there are main three parts in the power system. One is in transmission, and another one is in generation, transmission, and distribution. Generation will be taken care of the generators, and the transmission part, which is a very crucial part, which runs for several hundred kilometers. So in that the transmission can be done by two types. One is an overhead lines and another one is an underground cables. Overhead lines can be suitable for the remote places where we can have enough spaces, but the underground cables are more suited for the crowded cities where the congestion is very high. So we see that power system underground cables topic in this slide. So we're going to see introduction, construction, layers in underground cables and types of cables. So underground cables introduction. In addition to the overhead lines we come across every day, the electrical power system can be both transmitted and distributed using the underground cables. These cables of course come with their own advantages and disadvantages. Aside from better general appearance and lesser interference with other amenities, the advantages include smaller voltage drops, less probability of fault clearance. On the other hand, they have high production installation cost, hence are used wherever the overhead lines are not able to viable due to the practical limitations or risk involved. Hence, we employ them in specific places such as urban areas with high population densities and across the water bodies as submarine cables. This is the construction of underground cables. You could see that inner part is in standard conductors, then the conductor section, insulation screen, metallic sheet, bedding, armoring, and serving. So these many layers makes the underground cables a costlier one. So the underground cables, the conductors, usually the one or three conductors depending upon the applications are used. These conductors are standard to reduce the skin effect, proximity effect, and to keep it flexible. Conductors are more strong and also made from electrolytic grade pure copper or aluminum. Conductor screen, it is a semiconductor type or an extruded layer of a semiconductor compound. Conductive screening is generally used in MV and HV cables to maintain a uniform field and minimize the electrostatic stress. Insulation, it is provided to withstand the electrostatic stresses. Various types of electrostatic stresses and insulators like VIR, vulcanized India rubber, impregnated paper, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and XL pipe cross-linked polyethylene are used depending upon the applied voltage. Then the next one is an insulation screen, a layer of semiconductive material generally used in MV and HV lines. It serves as a similar purpose of the conductor screen. Metallic sheath, it provides the protection to the cables from moisture and other chemicals, acids or alkalines to present in the environment or soil. It is usually made up of an aluminum or lead. It can also provide the path for the fault, leakage currents, as the sheet is earthed at one end of the cable. Bedding, it is a low-grade insulator like jute or hessian which protects the metallic sheet from corrosion and from mechanical injury due to armoring. This is the armoring. It provides the mechanical strength from various stresses the cable may get exposed during the installation and operational life. It is usually a metallic tape wound around the bedding layer. Serving. It is another layer of low grade insulator like jute or hessian, or a thermoplastic compound like PVC, and is again provided with a steel from atmospheric contaminant agents. Then the types of cables. The underground cables are usually classified according to their voltages. They are grouped as follows: low tension cables, which have maximum voltage handling capacity of 1000 volt; high tension core cables, which has the maximum voltage handling capacity of 11 volts; super tension cables, which have the maximum voltage capacity of 33 volts; extra high tension cables have the maximum voltage capacity of 66 volt; extra super voltage cables, which used for the applications with voltage requirement of 132 kV. So thank you for your patient listening. Till now we discussed what is the three major components of our system, in that the importance of transmission, then what are all the types of transmission, in that we see more about underground cables, why it is needed, and what are all the layers in the underground cables, what are all the importance of those layers, and why it is costlier. Then we also discussed about the types of underground cables. Thank you for your patient listening. We'll be discussing in another interesting topic in the power system subject in the upcoming video. Thank you all.